The story begins in Germany in 1944, where Kirsten's house is being searched by the Gestapo, the official secret police force of Nazi Germany, so that they can take her daughter Lena away because of being black. Kirsten is a single mother with a half-black daughter named Lena and a son. Lena Schlegel is a 16-year-old black girl born to a white mother and her black lover. Although being treated better than Jews, she is subject to extreme racial discrimination and is often always under the police's radar. Kirsten tells them that her daughter shifted to Lübeck 2 days before the search, however they continue to look through the house. Upon not being able to find her, a police officer harasses Kirsten and they leave the house, making Kirsten take Lena out of her hiding. To escape this life, Kirsten takes Lena and her half-brother Kuhn to Berlin and gets Lena admitted into a school there. On her first day, her class teacher labels Lena's features as un-German and asks how she has a German surname. Lena tells her that she has her mother's surname, making the teacher ask her about her father, and this question shuts her up. After school, Lena asks her mother about her father over dinner, to which she replies he was a good soldier, and Kirsten, being a young girl, made the mistake of falling in love. Then Kuhn tells them that he got slapped by a man because he defended his sister after the man called her mulatto. He then tells her that she is the best, and this softens Lena's heart. The next morning after school, Kirsten takes her kids to meet her sister Hida, and they are then joined by her husband Wilhelm. Kirsten sends Kuhn and Lena to get some bread and asks Wilhelm to forge some documents for her so that she can prove Lena's identity to officials without getting in trouble, but he refuses. On the other hand, Lena and Kuhn reach the bakery and meet their friend Gunther, who works as a salesman at the bakery. Later that night, Kirsten gets Kuhn ready as he is enlisted in Hitler's youth force. She reminds him of what she has taught him and hopes that he understands the difference between right and wrong. The next morning, Lena is walking on a street when a Hitler youth, Lutz, the son of a senior army officer, accidentally crashes his cycle into Lena. Her mother picks her up and asks Lutz to be careful next time while taking Lena away. Lutz apologizes to Lena, picks up her bag, and gives it to her. He then goes to meet his father, who has been observing the whole scene unfold through his office window. Upon reaching home, Kirsten picks up a letter from her neighbor addressed to her by Wilhelm. She goes to meet him and he gives her the forged documents that she earlier asked him for, alongside a declaration that is to be signed by Lena declaring that she won't ever mix with the German blood. Kirsten goes back home and asks Lena to sign it, but she refuses to do so. The next day, Lena is kicked out of school, so Kirsten has to enroll her in labor service. During their return from her first day at work, Lutz notices them and follows them home. He asks Lena if she is fine and what is her name, but she runs away without replying. A few days later, Lena witnesses Gunther being shot in the street for being a Jew, and over dinner, her brother justifies Gunther's murder. He says that Gunther should not have touched the bread if he knew he was a Jew, making Kirsten scold him. The next day, Lena jumps into the youth marching for Hitler, making Kuhn shout her name, and Lutz realizes that she is Kuhn's sister. The two then meet in a forest where Lutz compliments her beauty and then takes her to a lake where the couple plays in the water. After that day, the couple starts to meet in secrecy, and during one of their meetings, Lena asks Lutz about his family and he tells her that his mother has died and he lives with his father. Lena then asks him if he is scared of killing and fighting people in war, and he tells her that he is not. Lena tells him that her father was also a soldier, and Lutz asks if he fought for Germany, and she reluctantly replies in affirmation. Later that night, Lena asks her mother if her father fought for Germany, and her mother reveals that he fought for France. The two argue and Kirsten warns Lena against meeting with Lutz and says that if Lutz's father found out about it, he would first kill his son and then he would come for them. The next day on her way to work, Lena tells her mother that she forgot her gloves at home and goes to meet Lutz. The two kiss in secrecy and Lutz gives her some cheese to enjoy with her family. Upon her return, her mother tells her that she thought she had eloped. She adds that Lena's father was ripped apart from her and she only has Lena to stay linked to her lover, referring that she does not want the same future for her. At military practice, a guy mocks Kun for having a black sister and Lutz notices it. He punishes the guy and drops Kun home, where Kun tells Lena that he hates her. Later that night, the Gestapo searches up houses and Lutz's father comes to search Kirsten's house. He asks for Lena's papers and burns them, stating that she claims to be a German while being a Negro. The next day, Lena is walking back home from work when suddenly the Gestapo initiates a fight in the street. Lutz finds Lena hiding and takes her to his home, saying that she should go back when things have settled down a bit. At Lutz's place, Lena thanks him for the help. The two then dance to some Negro music and end up making love to each other. Before they can realize, it is past the curfew, due to which Lutz has to accompany Lena back home. They almost get caught, but Lena hides away and Lutz talks it off with the Gestapo. He then gives her the ring that his mother made for him and she goes back home. The next morning, her mother stops her from meeting Lutz and takes her to work. However, the Gestapo stops them and asks for Lena's papers. However, they do not have them, so they take away Kirsten. At home, Lena tells Kun that their mother has left to work somewhere and will come back soon. The next day, he goes to meet Lutz, but an old man tells her that Lutz has been appointed in the east and won't be back anytime soon. She then drops off Kun at Hida's place and goes to work, where every woman is being checked. A soldier starts approaching her, but she diverts his attention by pointing at a woman trying to flee. Amidst the chaos, she escapes but is soon caught by another soldier who puts her into a van and transports her to a labor camp. Upon reaching the camp, she is made to wash herself and she narrates her story to the women leaders there. They cut her hair, making her bald, and talk to their higher-ups to let her stay there, assigning her a task in the kitchen. The next morning during assembly, she stands beside a girl named Hermine and notices her bloody feet, making her give the girl some support. Later, the duo sleep in the same barracks, and Hermine tells Lena that she knows Lena is pregnant. Seasons pass and Hermine starts to get sick, making Lena give her food to Hermine. She then suggests to Hermine that she will steal a potato from the kitchen for her and Hermine can sell the potato to get new shoes. Later at night, Lena tells Hermine that she has told the leaders that she is sterilized, and has not mixed herself with German blood. This means that if they find out she is pregnant, she'll be dead, literally. The next morning, Hermine tightly ties a cloth around Lena's tummy to hide her pregnancy and sends her to work. She steals a potato from there, but unfortunately, on her way the potato falls from her pocket and a soldier catches her. He asks her to take off her clothes and prove that she has not stolen food. However, they are interrupted by Lutz, who has been assigned to the labor camp by his father so that he can save him from dying in war. Lutz tells the soldier that he would deal with Lena and the soldier leaves. He asks Lena about her well-being, but she does not reply and goes back to her barracks along with Hermine. Later that night, Lena gives Hermine the potato she stole, and she eats some of it while keeping the rest for shoes. The next morning, Lena is called to help Lutz with some work. The two meet and Lutz asks her about her family. However, instead of answering him, she asks where he has been. He tells her that he was to go fight in war against the enemy but was rather assigned to a camp where the Jews were murdered. He told her that he did not like it there and felt that it was an injustice to the people. He then requests to meet her at night, but she leaves without giving him an answer. 2 nights later, Lena goes to meet Lutz and tells him her side of the story. He hugs her and realizes that she is pregnant, which makes him even more protective of her. The two then part ways, and the next morning all the laborers are called to assemble. Hermine is unable to find her shoes and cries, telling Lena that she will die that day, not because of being a Jew but because of not having a shoe. And this is exactly what happens. A soldier spots her shoeless and asks Lutz to shoot her, but he does not, so the soldier does it for him. This scene makes Lena puke and she falls to the ground unconscious. Later, Lutz goes to meet Lena at the barracks and Lena asks why he did not kill Hermine. Lutz starts to cry and tells her that he did not want to kill someone unarmed. He then suggests to Lena that they should run away, but Lena says that she wants to accept her identity and fight with circumstances. Afterward, Lutz goes to his father's office and he tells Lutz that they are going to relocate the prisoners. That night, Lutz guides Lena to hide herself in a rucksack so that he can take her away, otherwise they will make her walk for miles while relocating, and that might kill her with exhaustion. However, the prisoners are attacked at night and Lena decides not to hide and returns to her prisoner clothes. The next morning, relocation starts because of the attack and Lutz begins to search for Lena amidst the prisoners. His father shouts at him to leave, but Lutz tells him that Lena is pregnant and he won't be leaving her alone. As Lena and Lutz spot each other, Lutz's father kills him and leaves. Soon, American troops take over and a black man picks up Lena and takes her to a camp. She is served well and taken care of while people start to gather outside the camp to find their loved ones. Hoping for the best, she sits outside and keeps looking around until Kuhn spots her, and Kirsten along with Kuhn rushes toward her. They all hug each other and shed tears of joy.